The guitar was not supposed to take over the world. It was too small, too portable, too intimate, too easy to carry into the wrong room. Before it became the sound of rock stars, stadium lights, bedroom dreams, flamenco fire, blues pain, protest songs, campfires and first heartbreaks, the guitar was something much humbler. It was an instrument you could hold against your body. That sounds obvious, but it changed everything. Welcome to History of Everyday Items. If you like stories where ordinary objects turn out to be stranger than they look, like this video, subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications. Today we are looking at the guitar, the object that turns 6 strings, a hollow body, and 2 human hands into one of the most powerful cultural machines ever made. And the strange part is this. The guitar became powerful because it was not grand. A piano fills a room. An organ belongs to a church. A violin needs training, tradition, posture, and a certain kind of discipline. But a guitar can sit on a bed. It can ride on a wagon. It can hang in a shop window. It can lean in a corner. It can be passed from one person to another after dinner. It can be played softly enough for one listener or loudly enough to annoy an entire neighborhood. That portability is the secret. The guitar is not one invention from one place at one moment. It is a family story. Long before the modern guitar, people across the Middle East, North Africa, Europe and Asia played plucked string instruments with necks, bodies, strings and resonating chambers. The oud, the lute, the vihuela, early guitars and many related instruments all belong somewhere in the guitar's long ancestry. So the honest version of the story is not, one genius invented the guitar. The honest version is better. For centuries, people kept trying to build an instrument that could bring melody, rhythm, harmony, and the human body into one portable shape. That shape slowly became the guitar. In Spain, the guitar found one of its most important homes. Earlier forms like the vihuela and the Baroque guitar moved through courts, streets, theatres, and private rooms. They were used for dance, song, accompaniment, and display. But the guitar was always a little different from the most official instruments. It could belong to trained musicians, yes, but it could also belong to ordinary people. It did not require a palace. It did not require a cathedral. It did not require an orchestra. It only needed a person willing to touch the strings. That made it democratic. And democracy can make elites nervous. The guitar was intimate in a way that large instruments were not. A singer could hold it close and become their own accompaniment. A street musician could carry it from town to town. A family could gather around it. A lover could play it under a window. A worker could take it on the road. The guitar followed people because people could carry it. That is why it appears again and again in places where music is not supposed to be polished. Taverns, street corners, back rooms, porches, railway stations, migrant camps, bedrooms. The guitar was not always the fanciest instrument in the room, but it was often the one that survived when the room disappeared. Then the instrument itself changed. In the 19th century, builders in Spain helped shape the modern classical guitar. A larger body, a stronger voice, and construction choices that made it more powerful and expressive. Antonio de Torres is one of the names most often connected to this transformation. He did not invent every part of the guitar, but his designs helped define the modern Spanish guitar's size, sound, and structure. The guitar became louder, richer, more serious. At the same time, mass production and new markets helped spread guitars far beyond elite performance spaces. A guitar could become furniture, a gift, a hobby, a tool for courtship, a companion for travel. It could live in an ordinary home. That is when the guitar becomes dangerous in a different way. Not dangerous because it is violent. Dangerous because it gives one person a complete little world. With a guitar, you can play rhythm and melody at the same time. You can sing over it. You can write a song alone. You can learn 3 chords and suddenly feel like you have a voice. That is one reason the guitar became attached to outsiders. In the American South, acoustic guitars became central to blues traditions, where a single musician could turn hardship, humor, desire, and survival into sound. On front porches, street corners, and small stages, the guitar could speak without permission. It did not need sheet music to matter. It did not need a concert hall to be real. It needed a player, a story, and strings under tension. That same quality made it important in folk and protest music. If a song needs to move quickly, A guitar is useful. You can carry it to a meeting, you can carry it to a march, you can carry it to a camp, you can carry it to a prison gate, a picket line, a train platform, or a classroom. The guitar made songs portable, and portable songs are hard to control. Then came the volume problem. In big bands and dance halls, acoustic guitars could get swallowed by horns, drums, and crowds. Players needed to be heard. So the guitar met electricity. At first, amplification was practical. It was not about rebellion. It was about being audible. Pickups, amplifiers, hollow-body electrics, and eventually solid-body electric guitars turned string vibration into electric signal. That changed the instrument's body. But more importantly, it changed its attitude. An acoustic guitar asks the room to come closer. An electric guitar can attack the room. It can sustain a note longer than a human breath. It can snarl. It can scream. It can bend pitch like a voice under pressure. It can be clean, dirty, sharp, warm, beautiful, ugly, controlled, or completely out of control. Suddenly the guitar was not just portable, it was amplified personality. That is why the electric guitar became one of the symbols of the 20th century. Rock and roll did not make the guitar from nothing. It inherited blues, country, rhythm and blues, gospel energy, teenage desire, radio, records, and amplification. But once rock put the electric guitar in front, the object changed forever. The guitar was no longer just an instrument. It was a pose, a silhouette, a weapon-shaped piece of wood, a promise that the person holding it might not behave. Parents heard noise, teenagers heard freedom. That is the real magic of the guitar. It can be gentle enough for a lullaby and aggressive enough to frighten a city council. It can sound poor, rich, sacred, dirty, romantic, angry, lonely, or triumphant. It can belong to a conservatory master, a flamenco player, a blues musician, a punk band, a worship leader, a busker, a pop star, or a kid learning their first chord in a bedroom. Few objects cross class, language, and place so easily. And yet the basic gesture is ancient. One body holding another body, one hand shaping tension, the other hand setting it loose. That is why the guitar never became only one thing. It is too close to the human body for that. A trumpet points outward, a piano stands apart, a drum surrounds rhythm. But the guitar hangs from the shoulder, rests on the knee, presses against the ribs, and vibrates into the player. You do not just hear it, you feel it answering back. So the next time you see a guitar leaning in a corner, remember what is hiding there. Not just music. A portable machine for memory, seduction, protest, loneliness, volume, identity, and rebellion. The guitar conquered the world not because it was the biggest instrument, but because it was small enough to follow us everywhere. And once it got electricity, it stopped asking politely. If this changed how you see the guitar in the corner of a room, like this video, subscribe to History of Everyday Items and turn on notifications for the next deep dive.